Good evening or morning, whenever you're. Okay, I didn't like that at all. I'm gonna
No. It's raw.
Yikes.
Let's go.
Yikes.
Do it again.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to What the Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ryan. In the studio today, we have, starting on my left,
I'm John.
on the guest couch, we have our producers,
So,
Cara and
Go ahead
Olivia.
and say your name.
Yeah,
if you
please.
could.
I'm Cara.
Olivia Rose Tafolla.
And if you watch the show, you know who they are.
You know who they are.
Don't act like they're new to you.
You know who
okay?
we are, because you're
And
our
if you're-
friends and family at this point.
If you're watching this show in the 4th episode, you deserve a prize of some sort because you've made it this far.
Absolutely wonderful. We're back. We're back in the
man.
studio. It's been a good week.
Yeah, you feeling
It's been
good?
it's been a week,
Oh, has it been a rough week
Not
for
good,
you?
not good, not bad. It's been
Why?
plain.
Tell us your deep and dark secrets.
We want to remind everyone that pod decks, we're really excited to be.
Was that the segue you're going with?
that was the one.
That's pretty
That was a good
clinky.
one.
I'm not gonna
And as always, everyone knows every week we start with a pod decks question.
Yes, we do.
So, John,
Every week?
what is your most treasured possession?
Most treasured possession. That's a tough one.
Think about it. Think about it.
Yikes. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you have something in mind? You read this question beforehand. This is
I
the
did.
first
I
time
read the
hearing
question.
it. Give me time.
Yes, think about it. My most treasured possession is probably my guitar. It's probably my guitar. I have a Taylor, full body. I've had it since I was in high school. It was my first nice guitar. Sounds great. Play it every Sunday.
You play it every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Music nerd.
Music.
Any
Most
producers
valued.
want to answer?
Yeah, throw it in, producers. Come on.
Most valued possession.
Yeah.
Most treasured.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be your most expensive, but the one you care about the most.
This is so tough for me. I don't know why.
I really don't know. I don't know.
All right, thank you, Poddex. Great job.
You really
Everyone,
stumped us
thank
with
you
this
for
one.
answering the question
I would
thoughtfully.
I would say
I'm not going to hold you to it, whatever it is.
Like photos?
I won't
Maybe
tell the
photos?
rest of your objects.
no. I think I don't want to copy you,
Okay.
but I think physical possession. It would have to be my guitar, only because it's my grandfather's guitar who gave it to me, and my brother, played it. So it's kind of a family
Sure.
guitar.
Fantastic.
So it's got a lot of meaning to me. I think that's the one I can think of right now. So if
That's
I'm
a good
forgetting
answer.
something
No,
better, I don't
that's
know.
great. Anyone else?
Throw it in. Buzzer.
I think probably it's not one thing. It's probably all my journals that I've written in for the past 4 years.
Every day.
Every single day. For I think the past 4 years.
What?
Yeah.
Do you know the day that you
Can
started
we get
journaling?
a copy.
Will
She's
you
gonna do
read
it
them
I don't,
aloud?
but I think it was
Will you
the
give
first day of it's whenever you got me that Hufflepuff journal.
Oh,
That was
that
one
was
of
the
my
first
first ones.
Kara's gonna
I
do
wanna
it.
How
say
many
that
do
was
you think
4
you
years
have
ago.
at this point?
Oh, I have I want to say I have 12.
wait. So
She writes really big.
can you?
She doesn't write much.
That would be me. It would
Don't.
just be giant.
Good.
Wait. So tell me. Let's talk about this for a second, because I want to hear about this. What are some of the benefits of journaling that you've seen as somebody who started and now has done it consistently?
Well, I've noticed that a lot of my days are short.
Yeah.
And I remember during when lockdown and stuff first started, it was the same entry for a month.
Different wording, slightly different wording.
Just a little bit different wording. Today was fine. Good day. Today was good.
So it's more of check in with yourself,
Yeah.
overview of
Whoa,
the day.
that is so
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks.
I will say that
And
was
they
my
are all in cursive.
that was my New Year's resolution, was to journal every day, and I started this year, And I got to literally like April because I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so not wired to do that, especially
know.
when things are.
I start really
way
good,
they are.
like you. Like I every once in a while I'll be like, journaling's gonna be good for me, you know. And I start journaling, and then like 3 days later, I'm like, it's 10:30 p.m. I'm so tired, and I could either sit at my desk and write an awful entry in a journal,
And it
or I
starts
can-
like, oh, I'll write it tomorrow morning. Like,
Yes,
I'll
that's
get
exactly
it.
what
And then
it
it's like, no, you don't do it tomorrow morning. So then, okay, I have to
Piles
do
up.
2 entries. What happened yesterday? Okay, write 2 entries. And then it's just, you
If
know
you
what?
had combined all my journals together, this is how it would go. It would go entry, and then the next entry is, I know it's been a while, 4 weeks later. But this,
I know it's been a while again. Hey, wow, I forgot I had this thing.
just so you know, Christmas and all the major holidays have happened, but I'm back.
I had a
It's
couple
been
journals that
years.
were like that. That
they
I
started
found.
in 6th grade, and then
Really?
now you're
but
picking
you've
them
been
back up.
consistently journaling every day for years?
I want to say 4 years. I want to say
I'm
4
with
years.
you on that.
Amazed
That sounds
by
right.
this, first of all.
There has been like a couple days where like I didn't bring my journal with me, and I had to like write on a piece of paper
And
and like don't
transpose it.
forget about that piece of paper and tape it into the journal. And then
This is commitment.
It
Yeah.
really is.
This is
yeah.
more commitment to something
I get really
that I
anxious.
think I've ever had to anything.
Wow.
if I forget to write in the journal,
Jordan,
I will
if
wake
you're
up
watching
at like
this,
Okay, besides Jordan, you're right.
okay.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I will wake up at like 2 a.m. and be like, I didn't write in my journal.
Really?
And I'll get anxious, and then I'll have to write in my journal or write something down on a piece of paper.
Now it's starting to feel
frightening.
like unsettling, you know?
Yeah.
Like now I feel like it can never stop, which kind of we'll see how that goes with like my piles of journals.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Olivia, do you got anything before we move on here?
I'd probably say
You haven't
my.
had lots of time, so let it be deep.
Oh wow. Where do I start? I'd probably say my mom gave me her record of Grease, like the original one she got in like the 70s when it came out, and it's like vinyl, and I don't know, it's just cool. It has like pictures on the inside, and probably that. It just has the whole soundtrack on it. I always pop it on.
Love it.
Super
Wow,
fun.
that
Yeah.
was so sweet.
That is
Yeah.
sweet.
I actually
Love
really
you,
like
Mom.
that question.
That's a good one. Where's the tape? We got to put this
Oh.
up on our.
It's right here. We'll do it later.
Thank you,
but let's just
Pod
pretend
Decks.
like we're
Thank you,
doing it.
Pod Decks.
Later becomes tomorrow.
Podex, if you're not sponsoring us by the end of this,
Has anyone, anybody sent out a message to Pod Decks? I didn't. I have
waiting
not
for
tried
them
to
to reach
contact.
out.
I'm waiting for us to catch some momentum, I think.
That's right.
And then
Right,
being
right,
like
right.
at the height of our career, be like from the beginning.
Lock
Yep.
it in.
So give us $1 million deal. and we'll
Or
call
we
it a day.
walk.
Or we walk, right? No, I think also sometimes we forget. So let's get the drinks out of the way. What
Yep.
are you drinking?
I'm just here for the pie.
Yep, that's the mug today.
The mug. Oh, the drink. What am I drinking today? Chestnut.
Creme.
No. What did I get?
Creme brulee latte.
Creme brulee.
Ooh, is it
Caramel.
good?
It's
Caramel
actually
brulee latte.
Caramel brulee or caramel.
And you know what?
Oh.
I made a mistake again. It's cold.
Really?
It's completely cold.
Can you
Yeah.
drink it cold or no?
I mean, it's good. It's like a
did-
Christmas smoothie.
Do
That's
you
why
have-
you
Ew.
poured it in prematurely.
Wait, I have a question. Do you have a problem with cold drinks? Like, could you drink a cold drink if it was like that one? You're gonna drink that one.
I'll drink it. I'll
you're
keep
not just
drinking
doing it for the show.
It's
You
good.
actually- you
no,
actually would.
I'm doing it for the show. Yeah. For
Okay,
sure.
all for show. Great.
Good.
Olivia, what are you
Do
doing?
it for the fans.
I'm drinking a dirty chai. Tall.
Mm.
Hot. It was hot. Now it's lukewarm.
Great.
Good.
And water over here.
I got some water.
She said she had her one holiday drink earlier today.
Wow.
I did on my
I
break.
feel like I feel so self-conscious because I've definitely had 2 Starbucks today.
Oh no.
Well,
Well,
so
hopefully
I
I
don't
surprise
know.
you.
This is week 2 of John not knowing what he's drinking, and so
You got any guesses?
this is the guess. But
Ryan
again,
needs to
I've
stop
forgotten.
swallowing into the mic. You can do his drink. Yeah. That needs to stop.
Okay,
All right. Well, expose me on camera.
I think this is so tough. Okay, I think it's a. Hold on, give me a second. Is it a? I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Is it a chestnut praline latte?
You're half right.
Okay, tell me
Wow.
what it is.
It's a chestnut praline latte with 2 pumps chestnut praline and 2 pumps of chai.
Okay, you know what? I tasted the chai, and that's really what threw me. Because I thought it's in my head. I was like, it tastes.
I
like
think
chai,
we did
but it
that.
can't
You
be
did that last
chai.
week too, right?
No,
With the
last week I
tuxedo.
did the
tuxedo.
peppermint tuxedo.
That's my favorite.
That's
so
a
far.
chai
Incredible.
praline latte.
For sure, last week rains, but this is still really good.
Good,
Thank you,
good.
Cara. And I need something extra special for our finale show next week.
Yeah,
good.
we're gonna need that.
Make it count.
I need something that's going to knock my socks off.
Good.
I want
okay.
to feel Christmas in my bones.
I'll
when I drink
spend my next week at work thinking about something.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
Come up with the formula,
We need
scratch
to
it, and
we need to
re-come up with a
plan
new
that
one.
Got it.
that Ask a Barista week that we were talking about. You know that.
Yeah, where we interview.
I mean,
barista.
for a different time. Let's not.
Yeah, all right.
No, not. I don't want to put you on the spot. No.
Of course
Okay,
not.
great. Drinks.
We have lots to talk about.
We do
this
have
week.
lots to talk about. But first, I thought we could play a fun game. Loosen it up. It is, and Ryan hasn't made a title card for this, but he will by the time you see this. It's going to be called "What the Christmas Trivia Challenge,"
Wow.
and this is.
Write that down.
Well, yeah, I'll make sure we write that down.
Oh, my pen I left over.
So this is okay for those of you at home. Hopefully, it's on my shot. For those of you at home, I'm going to ask them Christmas movie questions, and they all have a buzzer application on their phone. And the first one to buzz in, it will tell me exactly who the first one. So there's no controversy as to who buzzed in first. So open up your applications for me, y'all.
Got it. And just
you're going
so
to-
we're clear, this was what the Christmas trivia.
What the Christmas trivia challenge? Did I say that?
Sure.
Trivia
Yeah.
challenge.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Don't drag me. Don't drag me in the comments if you're watching.
Drag him.
Drag me. And so first one to, let's say 5 points, right? Keep it tame.
All right.
That's
Okay.
assuming
Sounds
anybody
good to
is
me.
going to have a problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
All
Let's see. How-
to
Can you
5
cancel
questions.
out of that for me, Cara?
Sure. Sure.
And then
sure.
reopen it. Say you're a player, write your name, and then I will pick you up in my game here. And then you will buzz in when you get the question right. Now, if you're playing at home, you can keep track between you and your friends you're obviously having a watch party. And so just keep track there at home and see how many. Oh, look at Rye Guy, Cara.
You can
and
play
Olivia
along
are
with
all in.
us.
So you're all in
Nice.
our show.
I got my buzzer.
Great. All right, stop.
I buzzed.
Okay.
Ryan.
Okay, Olivia. Oh my gosh. All of you are terrible. All right,
Wait,
do
does
not
it-
buzz.
Oh.
Oh, really? It does that?
Yeah, it makes a little noise.
All right. Okay, so nobody buzz.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go in order of oldest to newest. How about that?
Deal.
Hey, somebody buzzed. You gotta get these people to.
Ryan,
You gotta get these people to cut it out.
Okay, Olivia, I'm dead serious. You're dead to me. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So the first one is.
Wait. So back up for a
up?
second.
Go ahead.
What is this? So this is just Christmas trivia.
Christmas
guy wasn't
movie
paying
trivia.
attention.
Christmas
Got it.
movie trivia. It's all Christmas,
Christmas movie
based.
trivia.
So
Let's
it's not
go.
like random Christmas facts, so don't worry, you're not going to be left out in the cold. And okay, so our first genre is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Okay,
Perfect.
Okay.
fabulous movie, came out in 2000. What can we say about it? Jim Carrey.
Not enough.
Great.
Not enough.
No.
It's the film you watch every Christmas season. Let's be honest.
true.
Okay, first question. In the 2000 feature film version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what was the name of the mountain range where Whoville was located? Rye Guy.
Come on, Mount Crumpet.
It's the mountain range.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh, not the mountain that he lived on. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
The mountain
It's very
range.
obscure.
The Mounts of Crumpet. Is that the Crumpet Crest?
Ew.
Okay, I don't like Grumpy Crest. Ow.
Never again.
Okay.
Am I out of
Any
the running
guesses?
now?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're out.
Okay.
Any guesses? Any other?
Oh.
I'm going to have to say Candy Cane Mountains.
Close. The Pontoons is the name of the mountain range. I don't know how you would have known that.
Do
Okay.
they ever say that?
In the movie?
I'm sure they do. All right, I'll figure it out. Wow. I feel really a lot of hate.
We're
coming
actually
from that side.
sitting down with Dr. Seuss
Yeah.
here. Tell us, what was it like writing The Grinch?
Okay.
He didn't like it.
He messed up.
He
Okay.
didn't like the movie.
We're ready for question 2.
Okay. All right. Where does How the Grinch Who Stole Christmas take place? Where does
that the sequel?
entire thing take place? Olivia.
Whoville?
Less. That's a little too specific. It's like very general. Like the
Oh.
beginning of the movie. Oh, Cara.
Christmas Town?
I
Ryan.
I buzzed in. You're thinking of A Nightmare Before Christmas. No, it takes place on a snowflake.
That's correct.
Dang
Wow.
it. Wait,
How
I
did
was
you
gonna
know
say
that?
a speck of dust.
Because it impressed on me so much as a child because the opening shot of this movie is like the snow falling and then it's a snowflake and it zooms in.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when I
I
read the
literally don't
question.
remember
And then
that
it's
part.
like on this, well, it's like canon because it's like Whoville's on a speck.
Ryan,
Okay.
1 point for Ryan. Way to go, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boo.
All right, listen to this
My own
one.
score here.
This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tight race.
Okay.
Who wrote the picture book that was inspired by the 2000 film How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Olivia, you came in first.
Dr. Seuss.
That's correct.
Thank you.
How early did you buzz?
Thank you. It's not
You have
important.
to wait till the question's over.
Oh,
You don't have to.
Oh.
that's awkward.
Were you waiting till the question was over?
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a rule follower.
Bunch of amateurs.
Thank you.
It's like you've never played
Boo.
Christmas trivia.
All right. And then the last one.
For this round of Grinch trivia. Okay,
We'll
ready?
move on to the next section.
Okay, yeah, thank
Sorry.
you. Thank you.
How many sizes does the Grinch heart grow once he gets feelings? Olivia.
3 sizes.
That's right.
I am too slow for this.
Wow, I'm crushing
Olivia
it.
has 2. Okay.
His
And this is a
heart
bonus
grew 3
question because
sizes
this is a
back
really obscure one. I didn't think this was going to be one that you could actually know. But what does Cindy Lou Who give Max the Grinch's dog? Rye guy.
there. A bone.
Nope.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Anybody else? I know it's so specific. That's why I. Go ahead, Cara.
Is it the candy cane headband?
No.
What, doesn't he have one, right?
No, you're thinking
no,
of the
the
girls.
Passes him a plate of something.
Oh, fruit.
Roast beast.
Ham?
No. No.
Green eggs and ham?
There it is, right there. 2
Oh,
points
yeah,
for Cara.
okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll give you 2 points because that was a bonus. That was
I
really
mean,
hard.
she
That was
kind of didn't buzz
crazy.
into that one.
All right, yeah.
You said a bone, Ryan.
All right, the next.
Bone.
Okay, the next movie
Bow.
is Elf from 2003.
Ah.
Got it.
All right, in the 2003 Christmas comedy Elf, what was the first rule of the Code of Elves? What's the Elf code? What was the first rule?
Oh.
I really don't remember.
The first rule of the Code of Elves.
I think I know.
Olivia came in first.
Always have fun.
Nope. Ryan.
Treat every day like it's Christmas.
Yes, that's correct.
What?
Hey, do you want to know the rest of them?
No.
There's 3 of them.
Go ahead. No, go off.
There's room for everyone on the nice list.
Oh my god.
do you
The
know
best way
this?
to spread Christmas,
Christmas
cheer,
cheer,
singing loud for all to hear.
I didn't
It's
I,
beautiful. Right.
Okay, this is good. In 2003, in the 2003 film,
Okay.
what is the make and model number of the
Oh, no.
500 reindeer powered jet turbine engine that Santa's sleigh is powered by? What is the make and model of Santa's sleigh?
Oh.
oh, God. I really
Olivia,
don't know.
Is it like a Mary Chrysler or something?
that would have been hilarious, but
I
no.
feel like that's like the Santa Claus in the Santa Claus.
It's I don't know. Again, it's kind of a tough one, but Ryan,
It's going to be a jingle. It's something with jingle, eh?
Oh
really
my
It's like
gosh.
it's
Jingle,
like
eh?
a jingle 3000 or something.
okay, I'm gonna give it to you. Go ahead.
What was
Kara,
it?
Do you know it?
No,
Kara?
no.
It was the Kringle.
Oh,
3000.
okay.
But I am giving that to you because
wow.
you were so close.
I love Elf. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, did you guys not come to play? Because I came to play.
Ryan is-
Okay,
Okay.
fine, fine.
Ryan is
Christmas
leading
trivia.
by a single point right now.
Thank you.
Fine.
Oh, wait. So I have two. Oh, yeah. I'm not keeping my own score here.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
right.
Next question.
Okay, what kind of company does Walter start? Walter is Buddy's dad. Olivia,
Children's book company.
it's a publishing company.
Publishing,
We'll
okay.
give that to you. That was
All
great.
right.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you very much.
And then this
Wow.
is a really tough one. So if this is worth 2 points, if you get it. Hold on, let me give you a point, Olivia, before I forget. And I accidentally gave Ryan an extra point, which is not okay.
It's okay.
Just keep moving.
Gonna get this one. So
Okay, this is worth 2 points. The actor who plays the elf Ming Ming also appears in A Christmas Story.
Oh.
What is that actor's name? Oh. It's a really tough one.
I know who
You
it
guys
is,
know
but
who
I don't
Ming Ming
know what
is?
his name
No,
is.
I
Oh.
don't remember
He's in
that.
Yep.
Christmas Story, right?
it's the kid
He's
that plays.
the main kid.
What's that kid's name?
If you can give me a
You'll
first
He's the
should
name.
main
try
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
In A Christmas Story.
So if you give me a name, if you give me a first name, I'll give you 2 points for it.
Hey, Ming Ming.
10 seconds.
John.
Walter.
Oh,
That's
what?
the dad.
Anderson.
His name is Peter Billingsley.
Peter Billingsley.
Never
That's
would've
it.
gotten it.
Nope.
Okay, that's it
That
for
was it?
Elf,
Don't
y'all.
act like you knew.
Our last and third and final round
Oh.
is Polar Express in 2004.
Thank God.
Good.
And this
Scary.
one I feel like is going to really heat up because these are some good questions in here. All right. What noted actor provided the conductor's voice for the 2004
Oh.
animated film Polar Express? Cara, you came in first.
Tom Hanks.
That is correct.
Dang it, I thought he was just the
Thank
guy on top of the
you.
train with
All right,
the
you
fire.
know
You know
it again.
That's him. Yeah.
He's like
So he
oh,
plays
he's like
multiple roles?
you know
four
what?
parts
He
in Polar
plays
Express.
like all of the roles in that
What?
movie.
Yeah.
He plays like
The kid.
the kid, the
Hey, buddy, you know where this train's going?
Okay,
the
Not
right.
kid,
that
the
guy. I don't know
conductor,
about
the guy on top of the train,
Yeah.
and Santa, right?
This is
No,
it, you
Yeah.
guys.
no, yes, yeah.
oh here.
Sorry.
Here we
Love
go.
all that.
Here we go.
love all
Okay.
that.
A little banter. A little bit of banter.
Yeah, in a bit of math. In the Polar
Dun, dun.
Express, what letters does the conductor punch into the main character's Billy's Polar Express ticket when he punches it? Cara came in first.
I don't even remember buzzing.
Oh, really?
I want to say it's B. Right?
Yeah, I'll give you a half point because it's two letters.
Oh,
technically.
B-E.
Then there you go.
Wait, what?
For believe.
Remember who?
Yeah, honestly, didn't know that.
Tickets, please.
Kara's leading by one.
I just remember the hot
What?
cocoa scene.
I feel like my buzzer is
Okay.
like
Oh, we got
stuck,
cocoa.
and that's why it's saying I'm coming in first. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it just rang again. Can you clear it? Hold on.
Oh, there we go.
There
Okay.
you go. All right, don't touch
I'm sorry.
it.
I'm
Right?
sorry.
Jeez. Just kidding.
Kind of unfair. Okay, go. Here we go.
All right. Okay, in the movie, how many children on the train are referred to by their name? I don't know if that has significance. Oh, Olivia came in first.
I'm going to say 4.
Wrong.
Dang it.
Ryan, I think you came in second. It's very specific. I know it's stupid, but
5.
Yeah.
that's wrong. Cara, want to give it a try?
What?
I'm gonna say 3.
Only one, and it's Billy. So you guys all get it wrong.
None of them have
Oh,
names?
none of them have names.
Because
Yeah,
it's
the
a
more you
dream.
know.
Because
I
it's a
thought they
dream.
did.
Well, you
Because
guys
it's
all
the
lost.
guy with the
Because
glasses.
Billy's the main guy. Yeah, but what's his name?
Yeah, he
Hey,
doesn't have
buddy,
a
you know
name.
where this train's going?
Yeah, Shrimpy. I think his name is
Hey.
Shrimpy.
Okay, for whom does the bell ring?
Oh, for whom the bell tolls.
Kara.
What?
For anyone who believes, right?
That is correct.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Kara is leading by 2 points right now.
Wait a second. What's her score?
5, and you both have 3.
Were we do best of 5 or?
We're just doing
five?
the most.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Just keep going. It's fun.
All right. This is the hard one, I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
here it comes.
Fine.
Is this one worth 2?
How does the hero boy lose the bell? Kara, I think you came in first.
They're on top of the train, right? And it doesn't it fly away?
Nope. Ryan.
There's a hole in his pocket.
There is a hole in his pocket.
Boom.
Incredible.
Dang it!
Oh, whoops! I
Just
just
say
closed
that.
my buzzer. I just closed my
it.
buzzer. There we go.
You just closed it. And you lost your score.
It's okay. I've got 4.
completely off.
I have 4. Everyone,
Great. Let me see if there's any other ones
See if
that
I could just
thought were
join back in real
funny.
quick. And I can't.
Oh,
Okay.
I have Nightmare Before Christmas. How about that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, you are off.
I'm out.
So let's go ahead and
have to say
I'll just go
ding.
ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding.
While we're waiting, does anyone else think that Polar Express is scary?
Really
Yes,
creepy. Yeah.
Absolutely
Just
terrible.
the
Kind
animation
of magical.
itself.
Nope.
Oh,
Not magical. I would
It's so
qualify it
scary.
as a fever dream.
Yeah. A little bit of both, I think.
Okay. Let's do this again. Sorry, go ahead and re-add into your thing, and then I'll give you some Nightmare Before Christmas because I think these are great, and I don't want you to lose out on
Oh,
it.
I'm in.
Current score is 5
Trying
to
to be in.
5
Up
and
there it
3.
is.
So
What? Oh
go ahead
man,
and
I gotta
join
come
my
back.
game
yeah,
if you
'cause that was a
could.
2-pointer.
Join my game if you could.
Oh, I'm redoing.
Yeah, you have to join my game,
Okay.
and then I'll give you these
going.
last bit, and then we move on. I promise. But again,
Okay,
how
I'm
are you
in.
doing at home? Comment below. Ryan, Cara, and we're missing the one and only
Moi.
Olivia. So, oh, there you are. Great.
I'm in.
Nice.
We're back in, you guys. We are back in. Okay, in the 1993 Tim Burton nonstop animated feature, The Nightmare Before Christmas, what is the name of the Pumpkin King of Halloween? Cara.
Jack Skellington.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's 1 point for Cara. She
I
leads
just
by
wanted
1.
to say Tom. I don't know why.
What?
Tom.
Okay.
Much scarier.
Jack tasked the trio to kidnap Sandy Claus. What are the names of each individual of the trio?
I don't know their name.
Olivia came in first.
Oh, boy.
Zip zap zop.
No,
Ryan.
nope. It's Rack, Shack, and Barrel.
You were really close. You have barrel correct. Anybody that can come up with the other two?
No. It's
Jack,
it's
Shack, and
Lock,
Barrel.
Shock, and Barrel.
That's correct.
That's it.
There it
That's it.
is.
What did I say? Rack
Ryan-
and Shack.
Rack Shack.
Ryan and Cara are now tied. All right.
Shad.
Once the fog rolls in,
Shadrach,
who does
Meshach,
Jack
and
place the head at the head of the reindeer so he can see through the fog? Olivia.
0.
0. Correct.
Let's go.
Olivia is still
Catching up.
in third.
Okay.
Who wrote the music for Night Before Christmas? Right guy.
Danny Elfman.
Okay,
How
he
did
leads by
you?
1. All right, this.
How did you know that?
Wow,
That's
pretty good.
classic.
All right, now listen to this. This is an important question. This is the final one. And if you can come up with this, Cara, if you beat Ryan out, it's tied.
Whoa.
And if Ryan you get it, you win.
What about
Okay.
me?
Who directed The Nightmare Before Christmas? You're out of it, honestly. Cara,
Tim Burton.
Nope.
Nope.
No, dang it.
Ryan.
Oh, it's the weird. Dang it.
Ryan, you get one chance. We'll go back.
It's
to Cara.
somebody weird, like
It's something
it's like
weird.
Steven Spielberg or something. No, wait. I think it was Danny Elfman, wasn't it?
No.
Dang it.
I will give you his last name if you can give me his first
Oh,
Deal.
well, you're gonna know
name.
that.
Selleck.
Tom.
No, I don't know.
Jason.
I don't know either.
All right, well then Ryan wins this season of What the Christmas Trivia
I
Challenge.
won by not knowing the last one.
Give Ryan a round of applause.
Dang it.
Selleck.
I know that was pretty rough.
What was his first name?
What was his first name?
Henry.
Henry Selleck.
Henry Selleck.
I remember that because it was like a thing. It was like a trick question.
It's because we've done
From
it before.
Halloween
Trivia.
trivia.
Cara, if you
Oh,
can,
Halloween
Cara,
trivia.
if you can
Back
answer me this one question, we'll call you the winner this year. Okay.
Okay.
Random from White Christmas from 1954.
Okay.
I got it.
During which war does the movie take place?
World War II.
Olivia.
Back from the
I was gonna
ashes.
sing that.
And she won.
You still lose. You have fun.
All right, yeah,
That one
thanks
was
for
worth
playing,
10.
guys. That was really fun.
Yes.
That
Thank
was
you,
good.
John, for bringing that out.
Maybe we'll play another version when we have our guests next week, huh?
Very good.
And
yeah.
our Christmas
Ooh.
finale.
Wow,
Wow.
our
Yes.
secret special Christmas guest.
Yeah, we won't reveal. Maybe at the end.
The
we'll reveal it.
Pentatonic.
Maybe. We'll see.
No,
The
no.
pen-
Hey, follow us on Instagram if you want to find out who the guest is. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Okay, great. And let's talk a little bit about our Christmas special that launches next week. What do they have in store?
Yes. Oh my gosh, so much is in store. We've got
for? Music, maybe.
obviously a special guest. We maybe we'll hear a little bit of music.
Maybe we'll hear music from you. Maybe.
Who's to say? Yeah. Okay, I will tell you that. Yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of music in here.
With
we're
the
gonna get
Pentatonic.
Ben.
Sorry, I've said too much.
I said too much. I said too much. Great.
It's just gonna be a fun time. Just end out the new year and
Yeah.
or the old year. End out the old year. Bring in the new year.
No,
We're
you
already
were right the
ending
first time.
next year.
Whatever.
That's great. Speaking of
fine.
end of year, right?
Yep.
This end of year, every year Spotify gives us a rewind, and they tell us
Yep.
what we've listened to most, and sometimes
It's actually
it can feel
a
embarrassing.
wrapped.
Oh,
if you
so
will.
sorry, Spotify Wrap. You know more about it. Tell
I'm
us
just
the
saying
basics.
YouTube does the rewind.
Oh, yeah,
Spotify,
right, right.
they do the rap.
Oh, that's
Okay.
true. That's
So
true.
Ryan, tell us what
I will
yours
tell
looks
you
like.
about it. It's well, let me find mine. It tells you all the artists you listen to most, how much music you listen to, etc. And I saved my final thing. Do you guys have these?
Oh, I might. I don't
Which
know
this
if I
kind of
saved
gives you
mine.
a full tells you what you listen to. So my top artists this year were
Yeah, what was your top artist?
John Mayer was number 1.
Oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
My
about
boy,
mine.
my boy.
I'm starting to really feel embarrassed about mine.
We've got John Mayer, Stephen Day was second.
Love him.
Really got into him this year. Rex Orange County was number 3.
Incredible.
Oh my
Big
gosh.
fan. Big fan.
What's his song Happiness? Have you ever heard it?
No.
Happiness.
Is it a new one?
No, it's kind of an old one, but it's a really good song. You should listen to it.
Oh,
Gosh. it
his
made me
music
cry.
is incredible.
Is Pony Boy the newest album he's
Just
got?
Pony.
Pony, yeah, that's it.
Pony
you guys
Boy,
are big
character
Rex
from
Number
The
4,
Outsiders.
Bruno Major, which if you
Love.
don't listen to him, gotta check him out. And then I think because Olivia and I share a Spotify account,
Correct.
Harry Styles is number 5.
Love.
Don't act like you're not into her.
I-
Right.
well,
yeah. Nice
His
try,
album,
buddy.
his new album slapped
It's
this
pretty
year.
good.
I'll tell you what. What's that one called?
Love on Tour. Or no,
Something
no,
like
no.
that.
Fine Line.
Fine line.
Fine
I
Line.
honestly don't know how he's such an incredible writer.
He really recreated
It's
himself.
so good.
I'll tell you
I
what,
don't
coming
know.
out of One Direction.
Yeah.
My top songs: Sunday, Golden Hour, Fool of Myself, Stop This Train and Carry Me Away. I listened to, do you want to guess how many minutes I listened to Spotify this year?
Oh,
I
yikes.
I would say you listen to. That's a tough one.
525,000.
I would say
600
you listen
minutes.
to 954 hours. Am I close?
Not even close.
Okay, never mind. That's all I. That's
I
my best
listened
guess.
to 34,135 minutes.
Well, that's minutes. You said hours. So what's
no
35
minutes. No, he said
You
minutes.
said hours. You
Oh.
100% hours. So,
So
what's
Oh,
35?
convert that.
sorry.
34,000.
that.
How many
So
hours is
34
35,000 minutes?
I got it. I got it.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
34,100.
566 hours. So
Okay,
I
so
was
not far off.
I was not as
Actually,
far
you
off as you made it
overshot.
seem
I didn't even think about it. I thought you said minutes.
You're like, wow, you are so off.
Wow, what an idiot. What an
34,000
idiot.
hours. I was like,
There's not that many hours in a year.
my logic was thinking like, okay, you're averagely listening to 3 hours a day. An hour and a half is probably intentional listening. An hour and a half is probably like in the background.
Sure.
Right. 3 times 365 is somewhere around 900.
You
right?
did all of that in your head that
That
fast?
was
Yeah.
that was impressive. Actually, I'm with that. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. That's my.
You're
thought
wrong.
process.
It wasn't it.
You're absolutely
You are
incorrect.
wrong.
But yeah,
There's-
so screw you.
34,000 minutes.
There's 8,760 hours in a year.
That makes me
So
8,000 hours.
In a year.
525,000.
All right,
More
good
than you
talk,
thought.
everyone.
More than you
Great.
thought.
That's my Spotify Wrapped.
Okay, let me give you
anyone
the
else want to
lowdown.
share theirs?
Okay, I'll be honest. I didn't screenshot everything.
That's fine. That's fine.
My top artists. Listen. Oh no. What you need to know is that the top artist is only because my nephew listens to this artist while he falls aslep.
It's Baby
And
Shark.
Kesha.
In every room, Kesha. Just falling asleep like the party
Wake up
don't
in the
start till I walk
Yes.
in. Just kidding. And they use the Alexas in the house to put him down, in here or in the office, right? And it's all tied to my Spotify. So
Regina
keep that in mind.
Spektor.
Right.
Top artist for John Albright's Spotify
2020.
is Lauren Dangle.
I don't know what
Lauren
that is.
Daigle?
Oh, good.
Yeah, Lauren
Yep,
Daigle.
I know
You
who
don't
that is.
her?
No.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
My gosh.
She's incredible.
I wouldn't have made fun of you because
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
well, you can attest. It's a little embarrassing. No, I do like her music.
Yep.
I will say.
Good talk, good talk.
I know her music more than ever because putting him down, you have to listen to it.
Sure.
And so now I feel like I'm always like reciting her lyrics. And I'm like, wow, I'm a true Daigle fan.
Wow.
Number 2 is Switchfoot, and that's pretty true. I love Switchfoot. Bethel music. Come on,
Classic.
Kristen.
Come on.
Come on.
Let's go back.
Come on. Just go ahead and pipe down, all right? The Belonging Co., which I listen to that because Jordan really likes that band, and I listen to a lot of
What
her
is the
music.
name?
The Belonging
Co.
Co.
The Belonging Co.
Company.
Short for company.
And number 5 is Pentatonics, and that's pretty
Oh,
true.
nice,
Wow.
nice.
I listen to a lot of Pentatonics.
Our
Wow.
secret guest.
Oh,
Cara.
don't
Cara.
release that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Oh, wait, we're going to get.
Yeah,
we're
no,
gonna get,
that's a little
Redacted.
bit of Lauren.
Little taste
Daigle
of
Yeah,
right there.
Lauren
take that
Daigle.
back. Oh, wow.
No,
That's
that
kinda
could be
nice.
anything really.
We're
but
gonna
that is
get
Lauren Daigle. My top songs. Again, Lauren Daigle just sweeps, man.
She's just really getting
Number
it.
1 is a song called "Still" by Sibo Say, and it's the song that was in my engagement video.
Beautiful.
Because the song reminded me a lot of Jordan. So I think in this year, the year that we got engaged, I think it kind of
So
holds
your
true.
taste in music isn't really your own. It's dominated by
Yeah.
your
Who
Who
surroundings.
shares your
around.
account?
Yeah, he
Yes.
shares my account.
That's
And then
fair.
2 is "Look Up Child," which is a Lauren Daigle.
Mm-hmm.
And then "You Say," which is Lauren Daigle. And then 4 is "Nothing Else" by Cody Carnes, which is a great song.
Great song.
Do you
Nice.
like that song? I feel like you wouldn't like it.
Sure.
Never listened to it.
What is it?
Oh, you never listened to it. Okay.
I know who that person is.
And then the 5th one is "Anchor of Peace" by Northport Worship. So,
Classic.
yeah, I had a great time this year with music. What about? I mean, you seem like you know more artists than me. I'm so lame.
I mean, I can't really say I mean, no, it wasn't like I even found new artists. It was just like I've, discovered artists that I like, Yeah, I mean, the past 2 years have really been like I've really gotten to John Mayer. Like
Yeah.
just fully I can now like put on albums and just listen to him front to back. Really like his guitar playing. Really like his like lyrics and stuff.
He's pretty incredible.
And we saw him in concert.
We did last year.
Last year.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he like in concert?
Fantastic.
So good.
He's like, and I guess when I was younger, he was like, your body is a wonderland. It was kind of this like singer-songwriter, like kind of wrote him off as like, whatever.
kook.
He's a fantastic performer. Like live, he has like kind of a bluesy trio, and then he'll switch it up. He'll play an acoustic song, like just really fantastic.
I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Him and who else? Yeah, I mean Bruno Major is kind of like,
So good.
I almost want to call it like mellow, like not jazzy, but like just really mellow kind of alt rock, I guess. I don't know.
You've been into Kendrick Lamar too.
Yes, and on that's kind of the flip side. I have really been getting into rap lately. Is like I have a playlist
Didn't
of like
reflect on your
Kendrick
rap,
Lamar.
but-
No, that's recent. That'll be
recent
like
development.
next year's
Next year, it'll
rap.
definitely show up in 2021.
Is like Kendrick Lamar and like who's the other one I really like? I don't know.
Who do you think your longest standing favorite artist is?
That's a good question.
Like, who's somebody who stood the test of time, like a band or an individual?
I mean, I love the Beatles.
Yeah,
You know?
same.
I like old school like that. You know, like
I learned a lot about the Beatles, and I took a history of rock class.
yes,
There's so much that you don't know.
so much.
Like, they kind of revolutionized recording.
The
Like,
whole deal. Yeah.
There's like this one song where they play like this. They have all these instruments playing at the same time, and they cranked the microphones up so loud that you can hear the AC in it because they're like, we want it to start really low.
Yes.
And then we want to get as loud as possible. And the recording consultants were like, you're going to be able to hear the AC. And they're like, we don't care. Like they were
It's all
just such
good.
artists.
George Martin was their producer in the studio when they like kind of the later 60s when they were making these albums like Sgt. Pepper and
Yeah.
Abbey Road and just oh my gosh, I could gush. We could do a full podcast about the Beatles and
Yeah.
I just love it all like so much. Yeah, so I guess that longest standing but it's kind of the same, like I said, like John Mayer, it's kind of like a similar. I like these artists that incorporate this kind of analog, like tangible still music, like not like against electronic music and like more produced stuff, but like just something about like the performance being emphasized I really like about music like that. So
Yeah, I think it means more a lot come from you because you are a performer and you have a band, and I think we should talk about that a little bit because
Yeah, sure.
this is a right along with we're talking about music and creating, and especially artists like the Beatles who created a lot of songs that are in a lot of homes for many years, and you're an artist yourself and you're in a band. So tell me more about your band.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm in this 3-piece called Dive Vibe, and you've been to our shows, you've seen us play, and
Yeah.
we're kind of on break right now. John had our drummer John had a baby recently, and we're kind of just like obviously it's hard to gig right now
Yeah.
because it's 2020 and music venues aren't open, a lot of bars aren't open, and that was kind of our bread and butter was like playing at these bar shows. So it's kind of tough right now for us, but kind of going further back a little bit before this is and we've been like writing and everything, and I think we've now been 2 years with our newest bass player Jack, and he's just a fantastic writer. Like he's so on another level than us, and we just laugh about
a band
it.
though.
What's that?
You write as a band.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, and it's gotten to a point where we just love playing together so much that it'll start like as just let's just get together and jam, and we're riffing and we're like writing songs just by like us playing, and there's something about our dynamic that we like so much, like just playing live, that this summer we got together and we released an EP, but it was just like live recordings. It was just like, okay, we practiced the song, mic everything up, play it through, because we wanted that energy of like the actual performance.
What was the title of that album?
It was Find Your Way was the name of
Really?
it. Yep.
Wow.
It's just it's a 3-song EP, but yeah, all live performances.
Wow.
Dang. And so when you're writing it's in like something like that, do you come with like ideas or like seeds or anything like
What's
that?
cool
or-
about Dive Vibe is we'll play a song, we'll like play through something and kind of get the form of it, and by the end of it we kind of have an idea. And John has done this thing where he'll be like, yeah, this song sounds like it should be called something. Like he'll give me a title, which I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's we have a song called Glow Plug, and he's like, this song's, this is just like, what a glow plug is? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, it's like in these big rig trucks, like they don't just have normal spark plugs, they have these things called glow plugs, and they're always like red hot glowing. He's like, that's what this song is. I'm like, okay.
glow plug.
And so yeah, it's a glow plug, like you're right. And so kind of writing songs around that is like, I don't know, it's just something we've done a couple of times, and it's just fun to, I know there's something about it that's like off the cuff, but still, like, I don't know, like it's in a direction that I like. So
Yeah. And what's I know a lot of artists would say like the goal is to make it big, like oh, we want to be known, what's your goal in all this? Like, you just do it because you love it, or do you do it because you want to, share your art, or what's the
we do
motivation?
it, yeah, ultimately because we love to play and we love to just create in that space. But and then you get a taste of it when you're like at a show, or we did last like September, we did this big show at Moonshine Beach, which is in Mission Beach area, PB area. And it was like a battle of the bands, and we ended up winning. We got this like giant check for $1,000, and we were like, oh, this is like, it's like little snippets of that where you're like, oh yeah, I could go on a tour with these guys. Like, this is so fun, just playing and like being together. That's why I love it. Like, for the camaraderie, like creative aspect of it.
Wow.
It's fun.
That's awesome.
So
Sorry, I went into interviewer mode there.
no, no, it's good.
Like you said in our first episode, we have to learn about you. And
You're
layers,
gonna get little sprinklings of
Like
it.
an onion.
Yeah, that's right.
Peel it back,
Peel
man.
back the
And
onion.
now you've seen the music layer. That's great, man. That is so
Now
awesome.
you know.
I have a music thing that I need to talk about.
Let's
Go
hear
ahead.
it.
Have you guys listened to Scary Pockets? They are a band. Well, I don't even know if
Scary
they're a band.
Pockets.
It's like a group, a collab group.
Tell us
on-
about Scary Pockets.
on YouTube. They do funk covers of like famous songs, and they're so good.
Really?
So good. And they have like different singers that come on, and like they're on YouTube. It's really high quality video, and then they're on Spotify too, so I've been like listening to them nonstop. And then they have another group called Stories, and they do acoustic covers. And my favorite song that they do is the Bee Gees song How Deep Is Your Love, and they do a cover of it, and they're really good.
So what do you like about it specifically?
I like that the songs are familiar, so you know the words, but they just cover them so well. Like, they highlight the good parts of the song, but then they also are new and like adding new stuff to the songs. I just love them. They're
I was
just
listening
great.
to my Discover Weekly yesterday while I was macrameing, and
Whoa.
We'll
How
get
Deep
back
Is
to
Your
that.
Love?
We
We'll get back
will
to
be
that. We'll get back to
circling
that.
back
Don't
to
worry.
that.
How Deep Is Your Love came on, and it was a way different version, and maybe it was them. I didn't
could've been
check,
them.
and I saved it on
Stories.
a new playlist. It could have been them. I didn't look though.
Incredible.
Just the verb macrame.
Macrame.
It's really what got me.
I want to highlight Lizzo. She's been one of the best artists I've been listening to this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
you're
got
giving
energy.
I'm giving
your-
my Discover-
You're Spotify wrapped,
Yeah,
but not.
because now ours are combined, so I don't
Yeah.
know what my true one is. You know what I mean?
You
So you're
guys
giving
share
your
it?
top artist
Yes,
of the year.
I'm just giving that out to the world.
Okay.
Lizzo has kind of changed.
So
the
let's
game
back
a little
up.
bit.
So you're loving some Scary Pockets.
Scary
you're
Pockets.
loving
Big fan
funk covers of
of songs.
popular songs.
Yes.
Loving some Lizzo.
Yes, loving Lizzo.
Let's talk about Lizzo for a second, if you don't
yes.
mind. What
No,
do you
I'd
like
love
about Lizzo?
I like her music. I like listening to her music.
But what makes her different? Her music different than, say, like a Taylor Swift or other popular female artists today?
I don't know. I just think she's so cool. She plays the flute and like.
Oh, it's her
she's
message.
Not afraid
is
to
like, I
say
don't
whatever she wants.
give a crap about what you think of me.
Uh-huh.
I am me, and that's what makes me awesome. Like,
Yeah.
that message totally drives her music.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Feels like
just
it.
her
Energy,
confidence
right?
and
Yeah.
her energy. Yeah. Her like joy. And I just feel like all of her songs are so fun and like, I don't know. I just feel like she does she's the videos I've seen of her performing live, like she's just so talented, and you can tell like she's like putting all of her energy into her music, and she really like, I don't know, she's like really passionate about it. I just feel like that conveys into the audience.
Also, like the musicality of all of her songs. It's like just
It's got a
bop.
vibe for sure.
It's just a
Yeah.
bop.
You're right. When the song comes on, like, you know, the beginning of Truth Hurts, like, you're like, oh, you immediately,
Here it comes.
It's
okay,
starting.
where's the dance floor? I'm on it, you know? Yeah, I think that's interesting that an energy, like an artist's energy, can translate to music so strong.
Right.
You know, because a lot of people can create music and you're like, sure, it's good. But like you can almost feel like when an artist is giving you half of what they can.
Yes.
Like, creatively, you know.
Yes.
And Lizzo, I think, leaves it all in the booth, you know, and you can kind of feel that energy. I think that's what makes it special and different.
Totally.
Which is great. I mean, I don't know. I like Lizzo a lot. I'm just curious what you thought because I think I don't know, for a long time I couldn't put my like thumb on it. I was like, I know I really like her stuff, but I don't know why, you know, because some of her stuff's like a little bit vulgar, and you know, and so, but like,
Right.
So that element, I'm like, why do I like this? It's kind of like a rough song, like a vulgar song, but then you're like, oh no, it's because the energy, you know,
Right.
that self-confidence is kind of infectious, and it translates.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've been getting into Billie Eilish a lot lately. Loving my
First of
girl
all,
Billie.
Billie Eilish is one of my top artists.
Which,
Yeah.
going back to like talking about the technical side of music, is so impressive. Like that between her and her brother Phineas, like just making these albums, and obviously they probably get, you know, mastered in their studio, their label or whatever, but like essentially making this music from their computers is like so impressive to me. I digress on that, but I'm getting at this idea like of the job of music like in the arts world.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you think about like you were saying, like, oh, some of it's like vulgar, or it's like the content is, you know, I don't know if I necessarily relate to it, but I get to experience it through this, you know, piece of music or whatever it is. It's kind of like how we watch movies, you know, and one of my favorite movies is Goodfellas. And I'll watch that movie, you know, right now. I'll watch it. And it's like these gangsters in, you know, the 70s that are like, you know, committing crimes and stuff. I'm like, oh, these guys are so cool. They're so hard, and like they do whatever they want. That doesn't make me want to, you know, be a criminal. Obviously, I don't want to like be a gangster, but living through these experiences in, you know, like a piece of art,
Yeah.
I guess, was
Yeah.
my point.
I think there's definitely like a place for creativity and, you know, perceived vulgarness to kind of live, right? I mean, I think just like we talked about last week, the social media people, you know, we're not following the trending, we're not following the trend, we're following the people a lot of times, and that's the same way with music. You know, like if like Taylor Swift had used the F word, we'd be like, this is not your brand, you know. But
Have you listened to Folklore?
oh, I haven't. Does she use the F word? Oh my gosh,
Yes,
she's
and it's
canceled.
awesome.
Okay, so
So
maybe
so that kind of poses a question too: is our artists like, what is their job as
Right.
an artist? Am I like myself as a personality, or am I like putting on this kind of act, like to make like Lizzo, if she gets up on stage and is like, yeah, like this is who I am, like I don't care what you think of me, like this is kind of my message, like is that her, or is that like the message she's trying to put out into the world? You know, like how closely tied do you think artist personalities are to their work?
I mean, I don't know. You think a lot of people like personas, right? I mean, a lot of famous artists in the past have had these, you know, personas that they kind of live into, and you don't really know who they are like as a person. But yeah, I think it translates, right? I think passion translates in art. You know, like you can tell when somebody's passionate about something. You know, and that's I think what a lot of people come back for. You know, Lizzo, if she made the same music but wasn't passionate about it, I don't know if people would really love it, because that's kind of what fuses the art. It's like the final hardening of the outer shell, you know, like when you can kind of feel that passion. So I think there are a lot of artists that fall by the wayside, not because their music's bad, but because the passion's gone. You know, and I think you see a lot of artists, they get put through the ringer, or like musical groups get put through the ringer on touring and creating and you're kind of expected to put something out. But when you have an artist like Lizzo or Billy and Phineas, or, you know, dare I say Harry Styles, you know, he went out on his own. I think he cultivates his art through passion, you know. And I don't know, a lot of Harry Styles' personality is a lot, but I think his music is genuine, and so that's what makes me think he deserves the fame and like and the recognition, is because his music's good. Now, like his personality, I could give or take, but you know, that depending on the day, really, because sometimes I think he's like maybe overselling it a bit, but for the most part,
so that's what I think
translates.
That's what I mean. So is his passion in that, or is he like grabbed the, like, you know, the key to it, like, oh, I know how to write lyrics in a way that make me like seem like, oh, this is like got a little bit of edge to it, like this is, you know, maybe kind of putting on a persona a little bit. I think when you're impressed with pressure at that age, specifically looking at younger artists, you know, I think like Harry Styles, Justin Bieber, all these young artists, when you're faced with this kind of fame at a certain age, I think you push one way or the other. You know, I think you push into a character as like a barrier, like an emotional barrier between you and the public. You're like, I'm this person when I'm in public, and very few people get to know like the me. Or you go, this is me and everyone can watch and I don't care. You know, and I think Lizzo would maybe fall on the outside of that line, right? She is who she is. There is probably elements of Lizzo that a lot of people don't see, though, you know? And so I think Harry plays into that because he's an introvert that grew up in an extrovert's life. You know, like I think he's putting that barrier. So he's like, when I'm in public or when I'm doing interviews, I'm like this like really mysterious like guy, and I don't think that's necessarily true. And a lot of people can see through that, but I'd be interested to see what he's like one-on-one. You know? Yeah, absolutely.
I think songwriters would make the best interviewees in my opinion, because there's something different about a songwriter. I like a passionate songwriter. I think has like a different psychological, you know, wiring.
And, you know, and it's funny too, you bring that up. Like when I think about Ed Sheeran, right? Because he writes music for
Everybody.
Like when it's like, oh yeah, I wrote this song for Justin Bieber. It's kind of like, oh, I am writing this song, kind of like what I was saying. Like I am writing the words to put in someone else's mouth, because it makes them like, oh, these words sound like you would sing them. Like, oh, I'm going to write a song for John to sing because this sounds like something that John would sing. And it's like believable. It's like, it's calculated almost. It's kind of interesting.
An admirable passion too, in the sense that like a true artist knows that like when they create something that isn't theirs, I think that's like a huge distinction in my mind of like, this is somebody who can't stop writing. Like there isn't enough books to fill with lyrics, but then also isn't afraid to pass it off and like share that element. And like you said, is inspired by other artists. You know, I think there's a distinction there too, where an artist like is so isolated and creates really awesome art, but then there's somebody who's like out in there and feels the pulse of the community and goes, I want to write this for Justin because I was thinking about these lyrics are really sound like him, you know. I think that's awesome. I think Ed Sheeran's insane.
Absolutely. And it goes further too, because it's like, oh, I'm not just writing a song for Justin to sing because Justin, you know, like wants to sing it. And it's great. It's like, I'm writing a song for Justin so that Justin connect to his fans that get him. Like it's so many degrees away. And it's like, oh, but that song was written by Ed Sheeran. Like,
yeah, and isn't it
it's crazy. It kind of makes you go, okay, well, there's a method to it. Like there's something there that's tangible that for some reason young people latch onto for whatever reason, you know, like young people gravitate towards, you know, pop music more and like young artists. And it's like those fans see that in someone. And like you said, it could be that, oh, they see there's something legit in this artist. They really are passionate about it. Or, you know, these creators are developing something that is like tried and true, you know?
I think also like somebody like an Ed Sheeran is what I think, there's a term that people use. It's called an empath, and it's like somebody who feels somebody else's feelings. And I think Ed Sheeran is like a songwriter empath in the sense that I think the songs he writes for people is because he can kind of feel that. And I think a good exact representation of that is Love Yourself that he wrote for Justin. It's like, I think he kind of felt Justin in that phase and was like, you know what, this is a song that I think Justin kind of personifies the season that Justin's in. And to be able to do that and then act on it, not just like take it for yourself. It just shows like true integrity. And I think that's kind of the music industry that anybody that people that fosters growth and new artists and kind of helps bring people up the ladder and share it. And I love that. I think the music industry can probably sometimes be really cutthroat. But today it feels like it's super like a really tight community,
It's moments like that make me hopeful. Like seeing Lizzo or seeing Billie Eilish, like not really fitting the mold or whatever, is where it seems to be that the industry could be going. Like these are like a little more random, like artists,
Yeah, and they keep coming younger and younger. Like you look at like Justin was like 12, but really some could argue he was probably 16 before he got to his height of fame.
Yeah, he was kind of a special case, I suppose. But because he was there, like we talked about. Was that last week we were talking about the big like social media YouTube wave like of these artists that come out of
Vine.
Yeah,
I think the youngest person when we were like their age was like Lord. Even Lord was
that
a little
tripped
bit
me out.
younger.
She's the same age as us, and I was
Yeah.
like a junior in high school, and she's 17, and she's got a song on the radio, and it's like the number one song on the radio, and it's like, wow, that's
It's
it's just getting
Billie
more.
Eilish.
Every year goes by, it's like more and more accessible.
Willow Smith had whip my hair back and forth. Remember?
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
she, like,
I-
13?
it's
She
still
was
kind of
like
another
number
case,
one on the charts.
right? Because
That
it's
was
like
a
Will
big song
Smith's
for a while.
kid.
Yeah, I wonder how
It's
much
like-
of that is riding
Yeah.
off of the fame of Will Smith. Not to like down,
No,
put a
of course,
damper on
but-
that. But I mean, there's a really a big element of, Dad kind of really pulled the most of the weight on
I'm
that.
sure.
But, I mean, yeah, I
Sure, it
think
helps.
But I feel like, the song can only hold up so much, through nepotism. It's
Agree.
like, if it's not
With
a
My
good
Hair,
song,
With My
it's not
Hair
gonna be on
was I think a really catchy song.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to
I
say it's
agree.
a good song
really.
because I don't know that it's like a good song.
I can't say no, definitely not.
It's not even catchy.
You didn't like it?
No, I mean catchy.
That's
It
what
was
I'm saying.
it was pretty
Okay.
catchy.
I thought
Not
it was great.
good.
I think we're looking at it
Catchy.
I thought it was great.
through rose-colored lenses a little bit.
Wow.
But
Well, I mean,
I think it's impressive too. She was young. She was like 13, maybe younger.
okay, yes.
And she was number one on the charts for like the
A
longest
long
period of
time.
time for that
Right.
age. Yeah, I don't know.
I would say it's probably 50-50. I think it is a lot. Like the reason she got her foot in the door and got it created was because of her dad. Like not a lot of people would make a song like that and have it have as much publicity initially. But I do think the catchiness of the song is what carried it once it was there. I don't think you can really say that it was a hit because of her own, her
because
own
things
talent.
like that happen all the time. Like just like somebody, it was a weird random song plus, oh, this is Will Smith's daughter. It's like
Well, that's like all the songs that come out in like Target commercials. It's like those are the catchiest songs, and they're probably not very good, but they get that snippet of the catchy
well, I don't know.
that
Those
you're
Target
like, oh,
commercials
yeah, that
slap
one.
though. So
Yeah, I know. No, I think what will be interesting too is just to kind of see how these artists that are our age pan out.
right.
I mean, like they've had a lot of success, and one would say that they don't need to work anymore, right? And they could live the rest. Like Justin can probably live off the royalties of his
Forever.
career so
Oh,
far,
for
and
sure.
never
Of
work
Baby.
again.
Just the
Right.
song Baby.
You know what I'm saying? But it'll be interesting to see like how that curates, I mean, in the world that, what does it look like for a Justin Bieber in 20 years? Is he even making music? I mean, because now what I appreciate now, I think with the most honest music we see from an artist is after they hit fame and they don't have the pressure to make the next hit, I think to some degree, when that pressure gets released, some of it, that's when you get to see the real artist. I don't know, maybe not.
I'm with you. I hear it. There's
I
no
wanna
method,
hear,
or there is. I don't know.
all of the demos from songwriters. Like, I want to hear like Ed Sheeran singing "Love Yourself" or like.
Oh, same.
There's
It's probably glorious.
on
Yeah.
the Moana soundtrack. There's a really really bad one of Lin-Manuel doing "Shiny." It's really bad. But I want to hear all those demos of
Look,
the songwriters.
I
Or
love
even
it.
like-
There's something so cool about it to me.
Authentic, yeah.
Yes.
I like hearing like how it got made. I even like those videos of like there's some in the Shawn Mendes documentary where it's like they don't know all the words yet, but they're singing songs that you know, and then you realize like, oh yeah, that was before they came up with all the lyrics and just kind of working through it. So interesting.
That's when my girl Taylor Swift, when she came out with 1989.
Oh, yeah.
She had like every other track was like, oh, and here's the first recording on my phone of me singing the song, and she's like, yeah, she doesn't know the words yet, but the tune is there.
Wow.
It was interesting to listen
incredible.
Very interesting.
Love
yeah.
her.
Olivia, did you have a question for us?
Did I?
You said you had a question to ask us.
Oh yes, I do actually have a question. Thank you, John.
Go ahead.
If you could
How
just to close
respectful.
things out, thank you. I appreciate that. What Christmas movie would you star in if you had the choice of a Christmas movie that's already
Well,
been
this
made?
is great because we just did trivia.
Yes.
What would
Full
you
circle.
star in?
Okay, so
Ryan?
we got to break down the ground rules of this. Is it I'm living in that movie perpetually, or I
you're-
live in the universe
No, you're
of
not
that movie?
stuck. You're not stuck.
Am I
in Home
stuck in
Alone.
that movie forever?
movie. Do I have to
Or-
live that movie over and over for the rest of my life?
So
No,
I'm living
no,
in
you're
the
a child
universe of that
star,
movie.
or you could be Buddy the Elf if you wanted to.
In the Buddy the Elf world.
No,
you're
you're not
just the
stuck.
star of
I
the
don't know why you
movie.
keep
Oh my
obsessing
gosh.
about being stuck in a movie. You're not stuck in it.
You are
You're
the
just an
star of the-
actor.
No, or
a
am I
classic
like
movie.
an elf at the North Pole in the movie Elf? Like,
no.
I'll tell you-
okay,
I'll
so
tell you
I'm
right now,
Ryan
I know
starring in a movie.
Yes.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay,
Yep.
go
Home
ahead.
Alone.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
want to
think
be
You'd be
Macaulay
Macaulay
Culkin?
Culkin.
All right.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
I
All right.
think it'd be
I could
easy.
see it. I could
Can
see
we pull
it.
up a picture of Macaulay
I
Culkin?
don't, I don't
Nope.
know if that can happen for us. I think we all know who he is.
I thought we had the tech for it.
Not today. Is that a bad pick? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think it's a
Good pick.
great
No,
pick,
I'm
John.
getting a really
That's
bad
a
vibe
good
from you right now.
No, because like we know how the movie ends, and it's like
He's
I
It's
think
just
it's a
fun,
great. I
right?
think it's a
Okay,
great.
so
pick.
you're John, very well adjusted to life, but at one point you were in a movie, Home Alone. That's what we're saying.
Oh, you're saying I'd turn out like
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Who's doing better? Who's doing
no.
better, by the way?
First of all, you don't take on the attributes of the actor.
That's
What
why
is
it's
your
a big, it's a
obsession, Ryan?
loaded question.
It's just a simple question. If you could star,
If
in
I,
it.
Like if you could work on any, if you
It
could be the
doesn't- you
star
don't
of
have
any
to
well,
live
like
with
we
the
don't know how the behind the
consequences.
scenes was for
Oh my
Home Alone.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
you know the director was really hard to work with. We don't know.
Oh my
like,
gosh, okay.
Maybe
okay,
working
choose like
opposite
the
of
character.
huh?
If the character was real and you got to live that however long span
That's
of the
what
movie
I thought it was, but I got roasted for
no,
that.
because it's a completely different
Okay.
question.
If I was the star of a Christmas movie,
Oh my gosh.
I would be ready for this.
Yeah.
The star of Last Christmas. The movie we saw last year.
Bad.
Last Christmas.
No, I haven't seen it.
Don't tell me you guys
I'm
have
sorry,
seen
I
it.
haven't seen it.
He's a
I haven't seen it,
ghost.
but
'Cause
I've
it's
heard
relevant.
that the ending was.
Okay, I want to
Predictable?
be the Grinch in The Grinch. Is that what you
Okay.
want me to say?
Yeah. Yes.
You'd rather be Jim Carrey.
Because Matthew Morrison got that. All
my
right.
gosh.
He
No,
made that
We
wish.
weren't going to talk
and they
about
granted
that.
it.
We
Have you
weren't gonna
seen
talk
this?
about Matthew Morrison
No, I haven't seen it.
in The Grinch.
Somebody pull it up. Hold on. Can
No.
I?
Okay,
Can
I would
airplay?
choose. I would choose to be in Mean Girls because that's technically a Christmas movie. Thank you. Good night.
All right.
Come on, right?
You'd
The
be in
talent
Mean
show.
Girls?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wait a second.
No question.
Then I'd be in Die Hard.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Because that's a
The
Christmas
biggest-
movie.
The biggest controversy, movie controversy of all time
Boo.
is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Boo, boo.
I've never
Okay.
seen Die Hard, but
Right.
Ryan,
Ryan,
stop. He's showing it just for all the listeners
my
out
gosh,
there.
that is
Ryan's showing us a
terrifying.
Yeah,
picture
it's
of
actually
Matthew
awful.
Morrison as the
For the audio listeners, I'm
Wait,
showing
so
you
what is
an
this?
abomination.
Oh,
They're doing a
gosh.
live, how NBC does these live TV, movie, musicals, whatever.
By the time this
Oh.
episode airs, everyone would have already seen it.
really,
Oh.
when is it?
It
tomorrow.
comes out tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Tomorrow. Oh,
I
wow.
just was
December.
saying-
Sorry. Ooh,
December
it
9th.
comes out December 9th.
We do
Yep.
this once an episode.
Every time we
where
date the
say
episode.
what date it is. It could be any
Okay
time.
to me.
Don't worry, because when our live show happens, we will be caught up.
no.
It'll be
Cara,
correct.
you've got one more thought.
Sorry, go
Let's wrap it up.
Well, what I would star in. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
We'll just start.
Let's hear it.
I would probably want to be the elf in the Santa Claus who brings him hot chocolate.
Oh, she's so cute. Kind of looks like you.
It does. You know,
Olivia,
Cara
did
told
you
me
say
that was
yours?
her. Yeah, I
You've
said
had. Wait, what was yours?
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls,
Oh,
Die
Don't
Hard.
you forget it.
I
This is when I
changed.
forgot that awful answer.
So yeah, I would
changed mine
live
to
in
Die
the
Hard.
Santa Claus world
Santa
at the North
Claus.
Pole.
At
Okay.
what time are we at? Are
But
we
I would be
wrapping?
her. I would be her.
Are we?
That was
wrapping
the
soon?
question. So, would you live in the universe? Okay, well,
Go ahead. Okay.
I
fine.
digress.
Fine.
Your question was so
you
big.
Can, you can say your question. Right?
I had high hopes for your question.
Oh my God.
And
Wait,
you
what
had small
universe would
hopes.
you live in a movie? Like if you had to live in the universe.
Thank you. If I had to live in a movie universe, it would be in the Grinch, of course.
I choose the Grinch.
Thank you.
Oh my
tiny
gosh.
cars.
Christmas all the time.
Would you
and
all
tiny
be
cars.
who's? Would you
Pointy
be who's?
noses.
Yeah.
Would both of you be who's?
Yeah.
We'd probably
would.
be neighbors.
Yeah. We'd be living in Christmas
know,
world.
That's
Christmas
pretty
all
cool.
year.
We would be
Okay.
roommates. We would be that.
In
right
the
there.
Universal
That's what
Studios backlot.
Yeah.
we-
Oh, R.I.P.
Tell you what, we'd still have the podcast too.
Yeah,
It'd
we
be
would still have
Who the podcast. And with that, thank you for listening. This has been What the
my
Podcast.
gosh.
We've
We'll
been your
see.
hosts, Ryan,
And
John, Cara, and Olivia on the couch.
Ka-chow.
The music will kick in right about here. Check us out on
Heck yeah.
social media.
See you next time.
Email us at podcastwhatthe@gmail.com.
It's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Thank you
It's like
so
the Brady
much.
Bunch, isn't it? Where we're all like in the squares.
Yeah.